are going to go over the quad roll today. So first, who cares about this? So that's pretty much anyone with knee pain, no matter what causes the knee pain necessarily. People with arthritis in their knee, any kind of tendonitis, IT band syndrome that a lot of runners get, any kind of pain underneath the kneecap, quad tightness in general, a meniscus injury. It's kind of a laundry list as far as what can cause knee pain that this can help benefit. So usually we've already initiated the quad stretch before we do the roll. Quad stretch is relatively a difficult position to get into, so the quad roll or mash, which is what we're going to go over, it's going to help accelerate that process, help us mash down the muscles a little bit before we try to get into a tougher position to really stretch out that muscle.
All right, folks, now we're going to go through the quad roll itself. And, you know, it's simple. A lot of times people will grab just any type of roller and start just kind of mashing down blindly through their quad. And they'll probably get a little bit of benefit, but we always want to have the best case scenario for what we're doing here. So we're going to set Dr. Rachel up. We know from previous examples, she's a runner, long-term short range of motion, and she's a little bit tightened down through those quads. Also, you know, softball history, so there's some things there that she has to really fight against to really get full range of motion through the knee. What we're going to start her off with, because she is pretty darn tight and tender through these tissues, a little bit softer of a roller. That is going to just kind of help her keep the tolerance in there. We should never be grinding through this, making that ugly face and really locking down. No, we got to be able to breathe and relax and work with our tissues instead of trying to overpower them. As we get better, we can go to a little bit harder roller. You can use the rumble roller that a lot of gyms have. You can progress to a PVC pipe. You can use a barbell. There's a lot of different things, but the big thing is tolerance. Don't overdo it to where you're fighting against your tissue instead of working with it. We'll have Dr. Rachel start in the easiest variant. There we go. Now, with this, she's just going to keep her leg off to the side. It's going to be up here, but it's not really going to be in the squat-like position quite yet. She's going to keep her leg nice and straight here, so she can just roll back and forth through nice little arcs through anywhere from the top of the hip to the patella, to the kneecap itself. So just rolling through there, trying to find any knotted down tissue and starting to open that up. The next thing that she can do just with this, the right leg in this position, is just simply bend the knee about 15 to 20 degrees. This tightens everything up quite a bit. You don't have to go heel to butt. Sometimes if you do that, you'll actually over-tension the tissue and hyperextend the low back. Just a little bit of knee bend goes a long way with that. So that's the next progression for it. After that, Dr. Rachel can put this lead leg up into a more squat-like position. That's going to change the orientation of the pelvis to really start to kind of drive everything into balance, and just from the pelvis as well, start to increase the tension. You see she's starting to lose her capability to extend through the hips, so she could roll through here on her next variant. Then again, she could bring that knee flexion into the mix. Then go ahead and you can put that down, and we can use a PVC pipe or a dowel then to really mimic the bottom part of the squat. With this, we're saying, hey, load up everything through here just like you would with the barbell. Load up everything here, knee out, opening up from the adductor, the high hamstring, keeping the heel into the ground to mobilize through, you know, that gastrocsoleus to make sure everything is working good, while at the same time working the anterior hip and the quad itself. So again, we're always trying to do multiple things with one movement, but that has a progression process. So don't skip to the end here if you haven't really achieved those other things. That will help you really intensify what you get out of the quad stretch, and then make sure that you put that into a movement, whether that be a front lunge with your rehab, or if you're in the gym for performance, overhead walking lunge, front rack walking lunge, just those things that help you maintain your upper body position as you go through good lower extremity movements. Good luck.